Hey folks, Dr. Emily here, and it is day 2 of my 7K in 7 days sprint. So, yesterday I set up my YouTube channel. I uploaded the first video. If you're watching this again, congratulations, right? I set up my logo, right, which is here, and then I started creating a YouTube thumbnail as well, which I can show you, and we'll probably have time today to kind of set up that social infrastructure and get that rocking and rolling. I created my business page, but I didn't finish customizing it yet. And so that's what we can do today as well. So the focus, though, of today is on the launch map. What's this going to look like? So just to review the offer that I am doing is I am offering 7K in 7 days, right? So the person who enrolls in this program, they should be a business owner or an entrepreneur. They could be beginning, but my initial target is really for people that have sold something before, because that's going to be much easier to see success in 7 days than if they're a true beginner. If they're a true beginner, they may have some blocks or resistance to overcome. Not impossible. I embed those things in the program as well, but I'm going to have more success. And so I'm going to target people specifically who have an idea for a product or have had some kind of experience selling in the past. That's going to be my sweet spot. But I am going to open it up to beginners because I want a pathway for people to be able to get started and launch their business, whatever that looks like. And I will do coaching on sales, on how to actually, create an offer, how to launch it, and all the things. And the way this offer works is that I take care of all of the tech. So all of the complicated tech that can oftentimes become a stumbling block for people in moving forward, I'm just going to take care of that. That's included. And also it has a guarantee. It's if you're not making your investment back at the end of 30 days after running this a couple times, running this 7-day sequence a couple times, I'm going to give you your money back, right? So it's a really juicy offer. It has a 30-day guarantee, and it's a really tried and true process that I've applied to my own businesses many, many, many times. And so we're going to workshop that and work on that. So that was the offer, right? And that's how I made the offer really, really juicy. The reason why that was good is because I know a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners, and I also I launched my first business with no prior business experience. I was a professor, so of computer science, not even business. And my business grew to generate over $2 million in revenue in under 3 years, starting from zero, right? I remember the first year was I generated $2,500 and then $250K and then over 2 million. So it grew super rapidly. And in part it was because of the tech that I put in there. And so that's the part that's done for you with this offer. And there's a backside offer that if someone, really enjoys working with me and my style, they can continue at an additional $1,000 a month beyond that. So the first 30 days is $1,000 money back guarantee. But if people would like to continue, there's a natural mechanism for that. So that was the offer that I put together. I think it's really juicy. I was able to sell it before I even created the sales page. Always a good sign. So I'm going to launch that this week and you guys get to watch. Super fun, super meta. So my launch map. Right? So now this is the part that takes a little bit of thinking. And let me see if I can pull this up. So I'm going to pull up just a Google Doc. I'm just going to get up a Google Doc to just kind of brainstorm my, let's see, I had a 7K in 7-day sprint. All right, I'm just going to do Google Doc, just a new one. I might have one that I've already started. I'll have to go back through, but we'll just make this a launch map. So 7K in 7 days launch map. Okay. So the questions that I'm focusing on right now today is going to be where are my people, right? And so how can I create value based on my talents? Yeah, that I've already done in my offer, right? But now I'm really looking at the launch, right? So this is about the event itself. What does the event look like? So I'm going to copy these 2 pieces over so I can kind of map this out. And we can do a little chat GPT, okay? So, all right. So this is our target for today. This is day 2 launch map. All right. We'll get a rocket in there. All right, sweet. Okay. All right. So I'm going to finish building out the social infrastructure. Can you tell I am procrastinating? Anyways, we all do it. Okay. Let me see if I can get my head moved a little bit. I don't know. Okay. Oh, maybe I can shrink my head. There we go. That's really good. Okay. Oh my goodness. Caught myself procrastinating, guys. If you catch yourself procrastinating, right? So one of my inner saboteurs is hiding and avoidance. And you can see it right here. Oh, let me play with the size of this thing, right? So if you notice yourself doing that, just catch it. And I know I can sell this offer. I've already sold this offer, right? Like this shouldn't be a challenge, but again, resistance comes in many, many forms. And what I'm trying to demonstrate is it doesn't matter how many millions you've generated, like you can still get resistance over stuff like this. Oh my goodness. But see, now I'm laughing. In the past, when I was newer to entrepreneurship, I would have like beat myself up. Right. I'd be like, oh, I'm doing it again. Right. Like I would have been like, and I probably would have gone down the rabbit hole like a lot longer, not caught myself so soon. Okay. So where are my people? So they're on my profile, and they're in groups, Facebook groups. I guess I could say profiles. So I'm going to still post reels and let people know about this, especially tomorrow. So Facebook groups like The Blocks, that's a TV show for entrepreneurs that I was on in January, and I was on season 20. So, and there's been a couple more seasons in the can since then. So I've gone there. Now The Blocks, I might have a friendly testimonial post, because my first client to this offer, I actually was doing as a barter to have a testimonial. So the first person I ran this play with just a couple months ago was a business that had been in business for about a year, but hadn't actually, like they've created an incredible product, but they never sold it. And so they'd never sold from stage. They'd never run a live event. And so I coached them on all the things. I set up the tech, and we didn't reverse engineer a goal, right? Like the way I do in the 7K in 7 days, the way I'm showing you right now. Like in the last video for day one, I reverse engineered how many people do I need to get in front of. In fact, I'll probably have to go back and refer to that to make sure I'm finding enough people. But so we didn't start with a goal. We just said, let's make money. That was literally it. We promoted as much as we could with our connections. It was the friends and family round, and they made $1,700 after never making money at all. Within under 2 weeks, they're making money. So in this case, I do have a friendly testimonial that could potentially post on my behalf. This is key if you can do it, because a lot of Facebook groups don't allow self-promotion. So if you're posting in a Facebook group, and we'll go through this in this process this week, you have to be a little bit careful not to make it seem like you're self-promoting. And if you even include a link, sometimes that's considered self-promotion if it's a link to your website. But when a friend does it and is calling you out and giving you a shout out, that's okay, because they're doing it for you. It depends, right? Like there could be zero promotions, right? Some Facebook groups are run like that. So I could do The Blocks, make more, give more, maybe. I think this one, I might have a testimonial, because my first person that purchased, before I even created the sales page, I did create the sales page for them. They're from that group. Love the mentor in there. Totally transformational in my own personal success. So it's either a testimonial or, sharing like the YouTube playlist for fun, like where like the angle is, I'm not selling, right? The angle is, hey guys, I'm doing this cool thing where I'm launching a brand new product to a new audience to make 7K in 7 days. I'm documenting the journey to see how much will happen, right? So I'm like calling attention to it, but I'm not saying like, hey, sign up for my thing, right? I'm going to draw their attention to the YouTube channel that I'm creating, right? Right now we're creating this. And then in the YouTube channel, once I have the link, I'm going to put the link to sign up in the description. So right now there is 0 views. There is nothing happening. And you might be wondering, why do I have videos up here if I am not actually promoting it? And the reason for that is, right, there's like nothing. I haven't even shared this. Nobody knows it exists. But the reason I'm creating it is because YouTube likes to see like posts that happen consistently. They want to see you posting every day. So that's partly where this is coming from. Okay. There's other like women entrepreneur groups. Some are paid promotion. I might be able to get away with just sharing the fun YouTube list, right? So I'm going to have to kind of, you'll get to see that because I'll start promoting next time. But, yeah, well, actually I have to build the tech setup and then I'll be promoting, right? So it might be in 2 days. But like the idea is that like we have to kind of massage the post so we don't get flagged for self-promotion. And lastly is local business groups that I'm in. This is really important. But for instance, like they're only on Mondays. Like there's certain days that I'm allowed to post there and actually promote my business. And so that's why, like, even though my event is Friday, my 7 days started on Saturday, I'm going to scooch this forward and make sure I'm posting on Monday. But I might just like record 2 videos tomorrow kind of thing. Okay. So now let me go back. I also have another challenge is that one of my other saboteurs is hiding. One of my coping mechanisms is hiding. So if I feel nervous in any way, I'm not going to get out there. Not going to get out there. All right, let's check the launch plan. 30K this week. Here we go. All right. I mean, I think the most I've done is I've done like a 75K in a weekend. And I've technically done a 100K day, but it took like 2 months to collect the money. So like, I don't really like to count that. But I have done 75K like in a Black Friday weekend pretty easily, which is pretty cool. All right. Let's see. Okay. 38,000 eyeballs. These groups are not going to have 38,000 people in them. Let me go take a quick look. Let's see. Let me go. I'm sorry. I have no idea what that video is on there, but let me go to some of these groups so I can see how many people are in them. Because that's going to be key. I might need to have some friends. So, okay. So 2,100. So, and again, I don't know if 2,100 people will see it. And even if a bunch of them do, I don't know if they'll sign up. So, right, like that's where this huge number comes through, 38,000. It's like you want to get in front of 38,000 people potentially with like a 2% sign up rate, right? That like 2% of the people that see your post will take action. And so that allows enough wiggle room, especially because if you're connected to the person in some way, like you're posting to a specific group that you've been a part of, like the Blocks, like that TV show, like we have like a community together. So they're much more likely to sign up, even if not everybody sees it. So like versus like a generic entrepreneur group that they don't know me, I might just post in there, right? Like that's going to be, that's a good one. So one of my mentors, mentor groups. So there's like so tiny courses. There's going to be also to share in the finisher kit. Anyways, I'm like jotting down notes of some groups that I'm going to post to. So Blocks, and this is going to be 2.1K. All right, let me just check because I think I'm going to need a bigger post. I might need a friend to share it for me. All right, we'll see what we can do. Those like borrowing an audience is really cool. And I have some street cred, right? Because I've already hit 7 figures. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Facebook. Here we go. Okay, so that's that one. Let me see. Make more, give more. I think that one's there. That's like 1,000. That's good. Okay, I'm going to check out the other group. Okay, I checked out the local group as well. That's like, so the local group, so this one is like 1K, but they're all entrepreneurs. Local business group only Monday. That's going to be 11K. So that's not bad, right? So that's a pretty good one. And these should convert at higher than 2% for the people that do see it, the people that are there. Okay. I'm going to tell my tech founders. That's going to be like 6 people, but they already like, know, and trust me. And so they're way more likely to do that. And I could ask to recommend 2 friends. So I have tech founder emails. I might have I don't really have an audience for this, but I do have a handful of business owners on my general business list. This, not everybody has this, but most people have some kind of list of people that they know, right? Already. And so this is not a huge list. I'm going to open this up so you guys can see it. Ooh, well, yeah. Actually, I'm going to look it up in another window because I realized I'd be sharing personal contact information for my leads. So I can't actually put this on video. But so let me bring it up over here. I'm going to look for, I have tech founders. Okay. So I have tech founders. I have 40 tech founder emails, 40. So this is not huge, right? Totally not huge. Freelancing students. So these are students that I have that are interested in freelancing. Okay, this is like 14 people. I know they're small numbers, but they're going to have a lot of people. And then let me check out these other Facebook groups. Here we go. We got VIP. Let's see. That's 40, so not too many. Finisher kit. Yeah, it's like 23. So we've got like 40 and 23. These are not big. Okay, so where are we at? I think I need to check out entrepreneur groups, right? So we've got like 13, 14K, and then like a handful here and there. I'm just going to like ask everybody because the people that I know closely, even though they're smaller numbers, they're going to convert at a higher rate. So that's pretty cool. So I am probably going to have to post in a women's entrepreneur group. So let me check my groups, what I've got going on here. So yeah, I've got like a Christian women entrepreneur group. That's like 50,000 members. So figuring out I'm going to have to like kind of do some research in that group. I've never posted there. So like that's good and bad. It's good because they're untapped, but it's bad because I don't necessarily have a relationship with them. Right. So I'm going to have to look at the posts that are in there and, you know, I'll be more of an introduction. I'll be introducing myself kind of thing. So I think Christian women, should be pretty good. Let me see. So Christian. So that's going to be 50K. So I'm not going to like stop there though, because I'm not super connected with that group. It is way less likely for Facebook to actually show my post there. So I cannot assume that I'm going to get that kind of reach for all the members that are there. Let me see what other kind of groups I've got. Small business owners. That's 1 million. Sweet. Small. That sounds perfect. I, again, have probably never posted there. So small business owners will go there. So I'm going through my feed. So I'm getting the ones that are active, which is cool. Small business owners. That's 1 million. So that's pretty sweet. But again, it all depends on how active it is. It's very exciting to me that like these are coming up because it's coming up as recent activity. That means like Facebook likes these, right? Like this is active. This was just posted yesterday. Yep. So yeah, there's like, yeah. Right. So like they post a question, something like that is fine. Cool. Advertise your business. So women entrepreneurs, let's see. That's 200,000 members. I might have to pay for that. If it's not very much, I might do it. The reason I can do that is because I was able to pre-sell my product before the launch. So that gives me a little bit of wiggle room for selling. Not a lot, because like now I have a business going and I have like software and expenses and things. I want to make sure I've got some budget and wiggle room, but I haven't even launched yet. So there's a little bit of wiggle room. I'm probably not going to do Facebook ads this time around, but like a very low cost like post to a group that, you know, seems pretty promising. I'll check it out and like see how active it is. Like, and basically what I'm looking for is like what kind of engagement. Like this got 80 comments, so you can assume that 10 times that probably saw it. So that's pretty promising. So women entrepreneurs, that's 200,000 members. And I'm not specific to men or women, but I am a woman. So like, I'm more likely to call in people that are like me in some way. That could be men, that could be women, right? But those are going to be some good markets to hit. Programming, coding, yeah, no. So that's women entrepreneurs again coming up, I think, right? That was the 1 million. No, yeah, it's the same group. Good. Awesome. These are looking pretty promising. I think, is it just like repeating over and over again? These, okay. So the feed, now I'm going to just check out like my groups. Let's see. Nothing held back. I don't know if I'm allowed to post in this one. Let's see here. Nothing held back. Let's find out. So that's 54,000. I'd have to check out. Yeah, so that's like a question. Looking for people. So yeah, this one could work. I've been liking and engaging a little bit. So I could try that potentially, but I have to be careful about it. So I probably look for other posts that are doing something similar. And then go from there. And then go from there. All right. So maybe nothing held back is like 50,000. Okay. And part of the reason why these are coming up is because I actually view their posts. So like Facebook shows them to me, right? So this is pretty solid. So I would say maybe 1% of the people might see my posts in these groups. Let's see if that gets us to our 38,000 eyeballs. So if I go, so I counted as one, the people that like, oh, the people I know. Let's go see. Who does Emily know? Let's see. Right? Okay, 2,000 people might hear what I have to say. Okay, we'll add that in. All right, sweet. Okay. And that's just Facebook, right? I'm going to do LinkedIn too as well. This is kind of a new offer. And so my Facebook profile is set up for my other business. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it gets traction. So I got 2, 4, 5, 16K-ish. So like 16K people that I know. So 16K known, right? They should convert at a much higher rate. Plus, we're going to do, let's see, we've got 1,050,000. We've got like 1.3 million, right? So if I remove a zero, okay, I think that's 1.3 million. There you go. Yeah, 1.3 million. There we go. We got enough zeros now, folks. Okay. And then I'm going to assume a 1% visibility rate. Okay, so that's going to get me 1.3 million groups times 1% gets me to 13K. 13K. Okay, so it's going to be 13K plus 16K. It's going to give me 29K. So that is pretty darn close. Okay, pretty darn close. Not perfect. I want 38K. 38K. To get to, because we had like, that's a huge number of signups. To be honest, I don't know that I need that many signups. To be honest, I think I need more like 150 signups. But hey, I'm gonna work towards this goal because this is the best. These are our best practice, right? Like, hey, 750 signups, like that's freaking amazing, and I would love that. And then I would definitely have over 100 people in the room, which would be awesome. It would be really nice to have 100 people in the room. That's really what I'm going for because I think I'll be able to get 30 buyers out of 100 people, which I know is a little bit higher than these percentages. That's kind of like my, I think this offer is juicy enough that I think it's going to convert really well. So I don't know that I totally need 750. That's the target. If I don't like to change the numbers just based on my intuition. Like that's how you set yourself up for failure, right? Like you really want to go above and beyond. So at least if you shoot for this and you don't hit it, there should be some healthy wiggle room. So I think, I think this is enough to start with, like 29K. It's not 38K. I don't like to throw in the towel for like guaranteeing a really killer launch. But I think what I can do, So another 10K. I could probably, what's another 10K? If I divide by 0.01, that's like another million people potentially. So I kind of wonder if I post in a couple more entrepreneur groups. I can also see how the trends are going. Like when I post, how many people are signing up. This is probably where I'll get more of my signups. Ask friends to share and promote with Reels, right? So I don't know how many I'll get with that. I'll probably get a few thousand with that. And so I think there might be some other Facebook groups I can post in. And this is where it's going to be a give or take, right? This is my initial rollout plan. And I'm going to start there. But I'm also going to go back. Like, I'm going to do this every day. So if you watch this, right, like today is the launch plan, right? Where are our people? That's what I did today. And then tomorrow I'm going to be building out the infrastructure, some of which I built out, but I haven't built it out for the event yet. I do still have to finish planning my event. And then I start sharing. So this is my initial share plan. But then guess what? I'm going to be sharing again on day 5. I'm going to look at my success, see how people are signing up, and be like, I'm not getting there, right? I'm not getting there. So then I'm going to do some more work, right? And figure that out. Okay, cool. So I didn't finish my hook or promise, but I think my hook is 7K and 7-day launch map. And then I wouldn't mind using my GPT. I have a couple different GPTs. So I'm shifting gears into my event itself. Let's see. All right, sweet. Here we go. Let's use this one. So I have a couple different GPTs. I like Poe. It's an aggregator, but I also subscribe just to GPT. And so I've been brainstorming this offer and workshopping it in this particular GPT. Okay. So, 30-minute workshop and Q&A. Yep, that's going to be good. And let's see here. So, can you give me, okay, please create 3 juicy takeaway messages for a 45 to 60 minute webinar, live webinar about how to make, oops, let me copy and paste that over there. How to make, here we go. I think I want the hook. I want a juicy, can you create a juicy title and 3 juicy takeaway messages for a 45, 60-minute live webinar about how to make 7K in 7 days. My current working title is your 7K in 7-day launch roadmap. The title and bullets should use conversion triggers and cause cold audiences of business owners and entrepreneurs to sign up and share their email address. Let's see what we get. Let's see. I'm using a really thoughtful one. It gives, you have to wait a little bit longer, but I get pretty high quality results from it. Let's see how it comes up. Okay, while I wait over there, I'm going to, okay, this is a pretty simple, I think this is too simple. I need like an image in the background, something. Okay, well, I'm going to go really simple. Yeah, I'm just going to download it. All right, we'll see what happens. Okay, I was trying to do it for YouTube and it was like, oh yeah, it wasn't working right. Okay, I'll try again. Okay, I'm just gonna go with it. It's not great. It's kind of awful. Oh, that looks awful. Let me get those pictures again. Okay, so I need to move it to the left, basically, while I wait for ChatGPT. Okay, let's try that. And we just guess and check. It's really simple. I do admit I kind of like a clean and simple design. I don't mind a white background, but we'll see. Cancel. Let's change it. Okay, that should kind of work. It needs to go down just like a little bit. Okay, let me move it down. There we go. All right. Let's try one more time. Third time's charm. Perfect. You're going to see it. Great. Awesome. That'll be good. Okay, sweet. Okay, sweet. I'm going to publish that channel. Oh, maybe that's why there weren't any viewers. Okay, cool. So I'll be updating my content in just a little bit, but I can also update, not that one, my, here we go. So let me check my settings here. It should be down here. Okay, I have to switch into there. Switch into the page. So I can add my cover photo. Let's see how it comes out here. I wonder if I should use the previous one. Okay, we're trying to move fast, right? Okay. And I should probably, right, so I should probably share my video from yesterday. So I'll put that in as like a live video, right? Welcome post, what this is about, right? I don't really have an Instagram profile. Let's see how ChatGPT is doing over here. Sweet. 7K in 7 days. The only yes offer playbook. No ads, no big list, no tech ideas. Ooh, that sounds really good. I like that. 3 takeaway promises. Build to convert. The only yes offer map. 15-minute extra to package what you already do into a can't refuse micro offer with 3 headline formulas and price anchors at 7K fast. The 7-day launch calendar. Day by day scripts. To generate from pockets without spending on ads. We're going to get a lot more than 10 to 20 hand raisers. Done free mini stack selling a service pitch. Copy and paste landing page. 7-day planner so you can start the same day. 20 plug and play prompts. Maybe. This sounds really good. Okay, I like the selling as a service pitch. It's true. I do selling as a service. Okay, so I think I'm going to revamp. Okay. So these are great. Can we revise the last bullet to focus? And I can copy and paste these directly. I might also massage them a little bit. Can we revise the last bullet to focus on selling as a service and how to pitch without feeling salesy? Let's try that. So I like these ones. I might even keep the bonus. I like this. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. Okay. So I already figured out how I create value with my talents, so I didn't really demonstrate that part of the process here, right? Because I already knew. It's like I've launched like so many times and generated so much revenue from webinars, like live virtual events, that for me, this is like a no-brainer. Like I should turn around and teach this to people because teaching is kind of what I do. So I identified where my people are. I already knew where I could create value because I already thought of my offer before I started this. I'm building out the social infrastructure. I'm going to do some posts, like some welcome posts, little things like that. But I think here is like, this is kind of like the next phase. So low ticket brainstorm. What's that? So right now I'm doing the friends and family round, which is great, right? You're going to get leads for free. But where do you go from here after your first 7K in 7 days? So, or 1,700 or like whatever the launch is, you may not be able to tap your friends and family again because you just tapped them. So there's two options. Well, three. There's three ways, right? There's creating an audience, right? There's borrowing an audience, right? Or there's buying an audience. Creating is done through exhaustive organic posting, where you're posting like, could be anywhere from 1 to 3 times a day, could be as little as 3 times a week, but you're posting, you're getting out there. You can also do what's called like the 4-7-11, which is kind of like, it's like almost like an organic harvesting mechanism where you get out there in a way that like Google search will turn you up. And so it's a certain number of, you need like to be visible on like 4 platforms. You need like 11 hours of content in 7 different types. It's a whole formula. It's very well understood. And I know somebody that uses this all the time to launch new brands. And then you don't have to pay anything for ads, but you have to like invest the time in creating that content. So you can either organically do it posting daily, right? Or you can do it like once and post across a bunch of different places. That's one way, right? The fastest path is through paid ads. I'll be honest. That's how I scaled so freaking fast, is because I was using paid ads the whole time. So to be honest, what's that look like? When I say low ticket offer brainstorm, how can you take what you're selling and make it a $30 product? And with a $30 product that scales, right? Even if it just breaks even, you can get leads for free, basically. Now you've got a money printing machine, right? This is called the, an evergreen launch, or like a self-liquidating funnel is like the official term. And so that's something you want to think about. Like, we're running a free event, but is there a $30 like digital product that you can add a ton of value that might feed into your program down the line, right? We're going to start with a free live event to, like add value really, really quickly, get in front of people quickly, get our offer in front of people and get them saying yes. And don't worry, if you're following along, I have a template, super easy to do. But after that, where do we go from there, right? A free live event allows you to get people in the door no matter what. Price is no barrier. It's free. They're just going to come. But then once you've run that play once, you can keep running it again and again, but you got to get new signups. You got to get in front of new people. So one way to do that is with Facebook ads. That's what I usually like to do. And the best practice is to have it be self-liquidating, which means you're spending money on ads, but you're making profit on the backside. So at least you're breaking even. Maybe you're even making 10K a month, getting paid to get leads into your business, versus exhaustively posting organic material every single day, right? Like, so there's a couple different options. It requires a lot more engineering. It might require some money up front, right? You might not find that winning formula right away. You might spend a couple $100s on ads, right? So these are all things that go into that. However, you can keep running the free play depending on how many people you know. And if you can approach people with your audience and offer them something of value, maybe it's ticket sales, maybe it's a portion of the backside, sales of off the webinar, but you can potentially approach someone with a huge audience and say, hey, would you be willing to share, this cool event I'm doing? Right. So there are ways that you can do this. So that's where the low ticket brainstorm is coming in, is to kind of think through the full offer stack of like, you've got this like free webinar. And once you've got it, man, you can put it everywhere, right? You only have to do it once. If it doesn't convert, you might want to do it until it converts. The woman that I know that does 100 million a year on webinars, she runs them live until they're converting at like 30%. She kind of workshops them and makes sure they start converting. I've been doing paid ads, right? That's how I've usually filled mine. So that's where I would go to a low ticket brainstorm. And you can test these things alongside each other depending on how much revenue you generated in your initial event, right? So this gives you the seed money to take it to the next level. Because it could be, if you get like $1,700 in the bank, you can run a free live event and do paid advertising to it. Lead costs can be anywhere from $1 to like $100. So that's why you gotta really get this dialed in, and kind of be paying attention and working on the system. But you can test a low ticket sale alongside a free offering, right? And then you can kind of see what they're working in. So, because it can take time to get to really dial in the low ticket. Free makes it easy, but it costs you money, right? Usually I'm looking for like $5 leads to get into a masterclass. So if you think about it, you want 100 leads, 100 people signed up, that's $5 a pop. That's an ad budget of $500. So how big your first event is, how successful your launch is, will in part determine, right, how much money you have to go to the next level and to keep going and going and going. Okay, I think I was like waiting on something. Where was I waiting? Aha! Okay, good. So they were doing selling as a service. Okay, the selling as a service close, because I think I seem to be attracting, getting on the phone with a lot of women that are cautious about selling. And that was something that I found difficult at first. So I'm just going to add this here. Cool. Offer choices, something like that. Prescribe. Cool. Great. So I'm going to workshop these a little bit. I might remove some of the details and maybe just like talk more about how they're high converting. And I'll be throwing this all into the sales page tomorrow. So I'll workshop this language a little bit more tomorrow. Okay. Excellent. As I'm building out the infrastructure. Okay, so 7K and 7-day launch map. And then the juicy takeaways was the only yes offer map. Let's see how that goes. The only yes offer map. And 7-day launch calendar. See, these are like things. I don't know if I'm going to do these just this way. Like these are like things. Let's see. And then the selling as a service close. We'll try this. Let's see. I might have to run these through a different GPT. But these are my 3 juicy takeaways. Okay, let's see. Let me try one more thing. Okay. These are great concrete takeaways. Can they be written more in the form of ahas with high converting descriptions? Let's see. I didn't spell that right. We'll see what the ChatGPT does. Crafting bold ahas. Let's see what they come up with. So you can keep going back. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I love this yet. I'll marinate on it because ideally you do want to like actually, it's helpful to like write it from your own voice. You'll call in people that way. I have just used AI. That's pretty good. Yeah, this was pretty good. Just to give you an example, like these are how I've formatted bullets in the past, right? This is an example of a webinar I did, the Unstoppable AI Developer Blueprint, how smart coders using AI to build 6-figure tech careers and how you can too, what you'll learn inside this training, right? And it's all about what you'll learn, right? So why smart coders, how to harness AI, 3 skill shifts. Like I'm not giving specific names to the thing, so I guess I could. It's the blueprint for becoming the kind of developer AI can't replace and how to shortcut the leads process, like to get 6-figure offers. So like I workshopped these for a long time, but like they're not product focused the way these bullets are. Yeah, 7-day 3-2-1 cadence. Okay. See, 10 to 20 hand raisers, that's too low. So I'm going to workshop this one. I like this. You don't need ads. You need friends or something. I don't know. I'm going to workshop this middle one. I like what it's offering, but I don't like how they're saying it. Paste ready prompts in a mini timeline, maybe. I don't know if that's compelling enough, right? Like ChatGPT is always like rah, rah, it's its job, but like, I don't know if that's quite there. So this is a good start, right? I've got some juices flowing. I'm going to be posting, but I need to create the sales page first, right? So But I have some ideas about what's happening, where I'm going, who I'm going to post in front of. I've completed my launch plan. Oh my goodness. And I'm just going to confirm that I did everything that we said today. Social infrastructure, check. So we've got Facebook. I can start posting here. We've got YouTube. I'm going to start posting here, right? So this is really cool. Yeah, and I think we're ready to go. So tomorrow, where are we going tomorrow? So tomorrow, we are going to build out the infrastructure, right? I've built out the offer, but I haven't built out the event. So that'll be fun. I'll walk you through everything that's in there. And don't worry, right? Like if you do decide that you'd like to do the 7K and 7-day launch sprint, I give you the tech and I just build it out for you. But I'm going to show you so you can do it as well. All right. And then on the final, then we're going to start sharing. So tomorrow I'll probably do both those days. I'll film them, but I will share them separately a little bit. And then days 5 and 6, right, will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the event is on Friday. Woohoo! Super excited. Don't have anybody signed up yet because I don't have a page yet, but I can't wait to get that up. I've been generating some interest, so super excited to see where that goes. All right, folks, have a great rest of your day. Tune in tomorrow as I go through the infrastructure build. This is where the meat of it is. And don't worry, it's like super easy. Or at least I'm going to show you how it can be super easy. All right, have a good one. Peace.